Good morning. What's up, guys? Got Dave here, and I got the day off of work today, Saturday morning, and I'm gonna go have some breakfast and hang out with everyone for like about an hour and a half maybe. And then from the rock store I am going to go to the dealership because I got a recall on this bike for the plunger on the master of the front brake, which really has nothing to do with KTM. It's a Brembo. And it's funny because actually Cycle Cruza had the same recall on his new Ducati, but it was for the rear brake. But it was the same thing. It was that Brembo uses a plastic plunger to move up and down in there, and it brakes and introduces air into the braking system. So basically your lever goes all the way to the bar and you have no front brakes and you hit whatever you were planning on stopping for. So I figured I should probably take care of that because I do ride in traffic a lot, and about the time something happens and I nail my front brake and it fails, I'm gonna be in big trouble. It's a free thing and it's supposed to take an hour, and I think while I'm there I'm going to have them adjust my clutch because I have to pull it all the way to the bar to like, you know, like when I come to stops and like for a smooth gear change, I have to pull it all the way to the bar, and I really don't like that. And all of my other bikes, like the Grom, the Beta, and the other two KTMs, they're like right at the top. It's like you barely have to pull the clutch lever and it disengages, you know, so shifting is like real easy. You just barely got to touch that lever. But on this bike you got to pull it really far. I'm gonna take the shortcut out to the dealership and get this front brake master recall taken care of. Turning out to be an awesome day, that's for sure. Freaking beautiful. All the people going out to the beach. Hey, there's Matt. That dude's like 93 years old. It's crazy, man. I hope I'm still riding when I'm 93. He rides that three-wheeler. So many people going out to the beach right now. It's funny. Big old long line of cars. Everybody's going out to enjoy the beach. And I'm gonna take this shortcut that one of the guys was telling me about. He said you just take Agora Road and it is supposed to be very scenic. Goes past the golf course. That's nice, dude. I've never been down this way before. Look at all those geese. It's crazy. I have never been down this way before. This is really nice. Looks like an old neighborhood, judging by the size of the trees everywhere. Ah, a real old Woody. Thing's badass, dude. Dealership is right here. All right, well, the SuperDuke is done. Front brake is fixed. It now has a billet plunger inside there, and the system is rebled. And then I asked the guy, I said, you know, the clutch, it feels like something's up with the clutch because I got to pull it all the way to the bar. And which really sucks because for me, I'm used to doing two-finger clutch, and so the lever hits my fingers. And on this bike, I had to actually go like that. And so he took a look at it and he goes, oh, there's air in the line and it looks like the fluid's kind of old, you know, because it is a 2016, you know, like it was a couple of years old when I bought it. So it had been sitting around for a couple of years. So now it's all freshened back up. He did new fluid, all new fluid in the clutch system, and bled it and everything. And so now it's like up at the top,
just how it should be, just like the 690 and the RC8. Because I first brought it here and I go, yeah, you know, it feels like the clutch is like something's wrong with the clutch because I got to pull it all the way in. And the guy goes, I don't know, man, you know, maybe that's how it is. You know, there's not too much adjustment on a hydraulic clutch. You know, he goes, maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. And I go, well, I don't know. I got a KTM 690 and I got the RC8, and both of those are right at the top. So I go, that's how I want this bike. I want it right at the top. So hopefully it's good now, and stoked. Cost me $50 extra to have them do that, but needed to be done. So except now that handle's a little bit low. There. Anytime you get a bike worked on, you always got to readjust stuff, man. Now hopefully the front brakes are all good. The clutch definitely feels awesome now. Feels exactly how the other bikes. It feels all nice and soft like the Duke 690 and the RC8. Heck yeah. Just how I like it. I like all my bikes feeling the same halfway, you know, like, I mean, all my bikes are different, but this one was weird though. They said it was gonna take an hour, and it's 10 o'clock, dude. It's 9 minutes after 10, and they did my recall on my brake, and they did my my clutch. They fixed my clutch for me. So very cool. SuperDuke is running how I like it now. I never chintz out when it comes to spending money on keeping my bikes maintained. You know, like if I need new tires or if I need to get something done, you know, like if something's leaking or something needs fixed or whatever, it's always worth it. And honestly, in my opinion, that is not something that you want to try to save money by not doing. Maintenance is not the place to save money on a motorcycle. You know, it's like if you want to save money on a motorcycle, like just don't buy aftermarket parts for it. You know, like don't fix it up. Just leave it stock and just ride it the way it is and save your money. That's my opinion. But when it comes to maintenance, you know, like not doing an oil change or like not whatever, like riding with like an old crappy set of tires, or with your brakes all worn out, or with like a leaking fork seal, or whatever, you know, it's like you got to have that stuff, you got to get it done, you know. And like the brakes didn't cost me anything because it was a recall, and factory recalls, at least from what I've heard or seen, are always free. Factory recalls are always free. Yeah, feels like my brake lever's in the right place, clutch lever's in the right place. Feels good now. Kids love motorcycles, dude.